Ave Maria, gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Jesus. Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Amen. Welcome, everybody, to the 200th episode of Chants Prayers for Healing. I did my research. I went back to episode 1, and I noticed that this is what I sang, Ave Maria, as I opened that. And a funny thing happened, which was I was using my iPhone, a little app on my iPhone, and somebody called me, and it flipped it sideways. Oh, the memories from 4 years ago. That's what we're doing today. We're going to celebrate the 200 episodes and explore a little bit about how this community formed, how I ended up doing this, and I am delighted to be here with you. Please do type into the chat where you are joining from. I see we've got folks from all over, many places that I've been, other places that I've never set foot in. Whatever tradition you do or do not hold, you are very, very welcome. Before we jump into our topic, I'd like to do a land acknowledgement. This is this morning here in the Green Mountains of Vermont. This is Abenaki land, and it's harvest time. That's the farmer. He actually used to live in our house. He lives in the next street over, and he's out on the hillside right now baling. But I'd like to remember that this is Abenaki land, and send a blessing to the ancestors. For our opening prayer, I'm going to jump back in time. I think it's the episode numbers at the top of the video. I think it's like over 100 episodes ago, for a lovely sung opening prayer I did for the episode where Amy Ringle joined me. Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Look who's with me. This is my friend Amy Ringle.
Look who's with me. He's here in my town.
Our wisdom awakens, our memory returns. Within these open hearts, a sacred fire burns. And the way is simple, the way is clear, the way is humble, the way is here. May the fountain within my being be ever flowing, pure, life-giving to all. And may the fragrance blossoming from my soul be softening, enlightening the hearts of all. And may the world I weave with the breath I breathe bring beauty, bring beauty. And may the steps I walk on this sacred earth be in peace, be in peace. Our wisdom awakens, our memory returns. Within these open hearts, a sacred fire burns. And the way is simple, the way is clear, the way is humble, the way is here. Fun, fun, fun. That was episode 129, December, I think 2 years ago. I was at Unity of Port Townsend. There's a few. I wonder if there's anybody from that church I used to work with here right now. Kathleen often comes, and I just want to give a little shout out to Kathleen because her ancestor, I think it was her grandmother, great-grandmother, lived here in Orange in Vermont. And she wrote and told me one of the reasons that she comes is to connect with her ancestry, which is really beautiful. Kathleen, thank you for writing and sharing that. And I think about that actually when I'm sharing the land. I remember the history, the living history, connected with all of you too. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to weave in as many as I can videos and comments and audio recordings that you guys have sent in, because you might not know it if you watch YouTube, but Chants and Prayers is very much also about what happens in the chat, and there's no way I would show up here 4 years later to hold this sacred gathering for us if it wasn't if it wasn't a vibrant community thing. So, where am I going next? Maybe I will tell you about how it started. So, Chants and Prayers for Healing actually didn't exist until COVID. But in the autumn of 2019, my intuition told me to learn how to live stream, how to share the music with people online. I didn't know why I should do this. And for whatever reason, that's when I started my subscription. I pay for Crowdcast, this live streaming space. And I started doing that, I think, in September of 2019. My gut instinct was that I needed to sing my prayers and share them with people. So I started doing it. One of the first things I did was a chanting, taking 6 chants is what it was called. I'm going to paste in the link in the chat here, because I didn't even know how to name my live streams back then. It was 6 chants, and I asked my friends Amy Ringle and Alexa Sunshine Rose to record with me, and I set up a recording in Amy's little apartment, and we made an audio recording, and then later afterwards I made a video with imagery and lyrics. Remember, this is before COVID. So I think, even though this next bit that I'm about to show you was not officially part of Chants and Prayers for Healing, I think this October 2019 is where it all started. The heart is not a holding place. My heart is not a holding place. Thy spirit is golden. My spirit is golden, and I am free to fly. The heart is not a holding place. My heart is not a holding place. Thy spirit is golden. My spirit is golden, and I am free to fly. The heart is not a holding place. My heart is not a holding place. Thy spirit is golden. My spirit is golden, and I am free to fly. The heart is not a holding place. My heart is not a holding place. Thy spirit is golden. My spirit is golden, and I am free to fly. The heart is not a holding place. My heart is not a holding place. Thy spirit is golden. My spirit is golden, and I am free to fly. Probably looks really familiar to you all. I want you to, as I'm showing the videos, have a little look over to the right to see the names of the people in the chat. In that live stream, I don't think anybody came live. I see that my friend Robert, who is also an online minister, is here. He'll remember the days when he would live stream and nobody would come at all. And that's what happened to me at the start. And then one person called Beverly who works at Unity of Port Townsend, she used to come to my live streams sometimes, and she gave me all this information about, you have to look at the camera, Simon, and just simple things, so much encouragement. So Beverly, if you're listening, because I know you still come to Chants and Prayers, I love you and I'm so grateful to you. So then COVID hit, and this bubbling up in me sense of purpose exploded into action. I'm like, all right, I know how to create prayers, I know how to make good audio, and I can live stream. And very few ministers at that point knew how to do that. So in March of 2020, I started a Wednesday Chants and Prayers for Healing. And the purpose of it was to create a space where I could share my own prayers with other people, and I would read out their prayers. And people started coming. Many of you started coming. I'm looking at the names here. I recognize some names that have been here for 4 years. And it was very quickly a success. Success. I mean, it was always a success. I was always praying and people were joining me. But more and more people jumped in. And one of the early people who jumped in was Henry. Henry lives in the Pacific Northwest, and he's listening right now on the conference call. Henry is one of you all people who are housebound, and he has visual restrictions that he cannot go online. And he asked me if I would start sending my audio to a conference call. It was extremely difficult, Henry, to work out how to do this. But I worked out how to do it, and most weeks it works. Not always. Sometimes Henry can't join because the technology doesn't work. And this morning, Henry had sent this lovely audio message that I am going to play for you all. So you get to hear Henry's voice, because you never see him in the chat. You only hear about Henry through the things that I say. Now, Henry, you won't be able to see this, but I've chosen a video from this morning of the garden because I know that you are a keen gardener and you have a beautiful garden sanctuary surrounding your home. So Henry kind of sums up why we all show up, why I show up. And this is his message to us.
Congratulations, Simon. This is Henry Amick with gratitude for the hundreds of virtual services you have put on, for creating Chants and Prayers for Healing. What a marvelous idea. During some of the worst times in this country and in the world. 2020. Wow, that was quite the year. So thank you very much. And I'm sure you have inspired many through your work, your colleagues, and so forth. And I also want to say a big thank you to all of the other people who have listened and participated in Chants and Prayers over the years. All the best to you in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Henry, for sending that in. And there's some lovely messages in the chat from people sending love and light to you as you listen in on the conference call. And as we're looking at the garden here, I just want to say that Kathleen is here live right now. Kathleen, whose great-grandmother Flora lived exactly where I live. And maybe she loved these insects and lamb's ears also. Hey, so I asked you all over the last wee while, why is it you come back? And what were your favorite episodes? And is there anything you want to share? And I think it was last week, there was a bunch of messages like this one in the chat. Congratulations from Ted and Shannon. The universe has a deep need of these 2,000 chants and prayers, 200 chants and prayers. I was getting ahead of myself. And my camera is sitting in front, so I have to move my screen. Also, I remember myself and I'm at home in this space. This is an answer to why do you come back every week? Longest time I've been with any one group. Inspiring. Thank you, Simon, for this community. I come because this feeds a deep need to connect with the divine through words, song, and community. This group fulfills me in ways nothing else has. These are amazing. They really are. One more. Barbara, who is also on the top left there. So much peace. I always reconnect with the place of love and peace. Thank you. And two more of these. One of them's from Kerry, Prince Edward Island. Little video message. And she was responding to a slightly bigger chat thread that was by Stella. So I've got that up here too.
Hi everyone at Chants and Prayers. I just wanted to say hi. It's Carrie in Prince Edward Island, Canada. And I was trying to think of what I might say today on the 200th anniversary of Chants and Prayers. All I want to say really is it's kind of an echo of something Stella said, that Chants and Prayers provides me with a safe place for my heart and soul to land. And I know 100% of the time that I'll be heard and loved. So Simon, thank you so much for creating with the divine and creating this space for us to gather and pray and chant and send love to the world. All my love to you. Bye-bye.
I got a special guest. Everybody, this is Lyndon. You're going to see her in a video in a little bit. Now, I've asked Lyndon to come in because you're much better at reading than I am. And there was a bunch of people that sent in emails. And Ellie's in New Zealand, and I think maybe once or twice has come in real time. Do you want to read it?
In early 2020, I came across your offerings, and this has become my devotional practice since. My youngest called out the other week, "Ugh, is that Simon again and that God stuff?" So you're a staple in our home, like a good vitamin supplement for the soul.
Nice.
The way you invite the holy through the body, heart, and earth is nourishment for me, opening up the many ways we can touch and experience the sacred in our lives. That's why I keep coming back each week, often for the replay due to New Zealand time. So much aroha, love to you.
Beautiful. I think we've got two more, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one's from Elaine. Elaine, you might be here. You're usually here live, so maybe you are.
Congratulations on this huge milestone, achieving the 200th episode of Chants and Prayers. And that doesn't include all your other offerings like Birdsong Vespers. You've blessed and supported so many people. You truly were part of my COVID lockdown survival ritual. And I continue to worship with you and the worldwide community you've built each week, albeit asynchronously. I love how you offer a cycle of styles through the month, so there's something for everyone. My own personal favorite is the Chants and Prayers for Healing, but I value all of them. Through the Visio Divina, you introduced me to work of the people, which I find so evocative and a source of so much reflection. And we now use some of their material at my brick and mortar church. I learned so much from the many varied spiritualities you bring. And I'm really enjoying the Visio videos you make for us of the landscape at your home. It's a grounding resource and a welcome addition. Finally, you've created community in a medium that the pundits thought couldn't be done, and that has got to be spirit-led.
Absolutely. I don't take any credit for that whatsoever. Ah, Audrey.
Yes. Dear Simon, congratulations on the 200th episode. I think I've been with you on Wednesdays almost from the beginning, and I only missed it when I was living in England at St. Oswald's. It's been a joy to watch the community grow, and I love the new format of rotating topics each month. So, why do I keep listening? First, I consider you to be my minister. I haven't been to church since the global pandemic started, so you are truly my only minister. And I trust your heart. So this weekly prayer gathering on Wednesday, even when I only have time to watch the recording, is really my only weekly corporate worship time. Second, while I do somewhat miss the in-person community of a local church, I feel so connected to the online community that gathers each week to pray together at Chants and Prayers. So that is my church. I really like to pray for you in your unfolding ministry that's not like any other that I know of, but fits into my life just right. The songs and chants I've learned through you are in my head now as my daily playlist, and they carry me through the day, no matter what I'm doing or experiencing. I think you're paving the way for the future in many ways. The most memorable episodes are the ones with your sweet parents, and the ones that start late because of internet issues or other real life things. Your honest frustration and letting us in on your real life. Thanks for not trying to create an ideal spiritual make-believe atmosphere, but rather just being real and honest with us, your adoring fans, aka supporting moms. It's a joy to know you and sing and pray with you each week. With love and blessings from Audrey Brendel at Canuga in Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Oh, thank you, Audrey. Beautiful. Thank you, Lyndon, for reading that. Talking about favourite episodes, I'm going to jump into one of the Chants and Prayers with my parents. I'm going to share some of my favourite episodes as well. Basically, you all told me it was really difficult to answer that question about which were your favourite episodes, though I did get one from Claire. We're going to hear from Claire in a minute. And she liked the Tikkun Olam episode, which I'm pasting into the chat right now. But I want to share a little bit of this one. I think this is the one with, well, there's a couple of episodes at my parents' house, and I'm going to show you the one where the internet did not work at all. So this video, for people that were there live, this was a terrible Chants and Prayers, but for the replay, it was really fun. Here's me with my parents. Hello, everybody. Can you let me know in the chat whether you can see and hear me okay? Very excited to be doing Chants and Prayers for Healing from my parents' garden. Come light, light of God, please don't blow out in the wind. Enlighten our hearts and remain with your world. Is it on? Come light, light of God, give light to creation. Enlighten our hearts and remain with your world. Here, Mum, can you take that? Welcome, everybody. We're in my dad's garden, which is very exciting. So I'm going to do a land acknowledgement. This is the land where I was conceived. It's a very wonderful place. And my family's here. There's my dad. There's Lyndon, my wife. And because it's my parents' house, there's trains and also visitors. This is Claudia, and this is Mikhail, who are from Bavaria. And I thought I'd take you on a little tour of my dad's beautiful garden. Dad, what do you want to say about your garden?
Well, there's a plum tree which is laden with fruit, and there's a nice couple of apple trees also laden with fruit. So
Yeah.
you can see them.
And it's your mental health and your pride and joy, isn't it?
Going during COVID lockdown.
We're over to the fruit trees here, and plums.
I might just take one and eat one.
Yeah,
There we are.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Love my dad's garden. There's many aspects of Chants and Prayers that stays the same, especially on the first Wednesday of every month, which has remained as Chants and Prayers for Healing. Maybe I should fast forward in time a little bit and say, so I made a commitment that I would offer Wednesday online prayer service throughout COVID, throughout the pandemic. I had no idea whatsoever how long a pandemic lasts. And about 3 years in, when it was clear that the pandemic was coming endemic, I felt a stirring in me, a calling as well. I didn't want to end Chants and Prayers for Healing, but I personally needed more than a space of healing prayers for this to be a viable spiritual practice for me. And that's what Chants and Prayers is my own prayers that I publicly share. So I changed the format. Some of you talked about that in your comments. The first Wednesday is always Chants and Prayers for Healing. The second one is a quiet service where I don't prattle away. The third one, I wove in Teze's music. And the fourth one is Visio Divina, where we pray with videos that I find. Usually they're the work of the people. So they're not videos that I make with my little phone. They're videos that other people have made. And then on the 5th, if there's a 5th Wednesday, I do random. Last time it was about near-death experiences. And wow, so many of you have written to me since then telling me about your near-death experiences. I had no idea how common. So that's the format that I created when the pandemic became endemic. And it continues to evolve and change over time. Nobody pays for Chants and Prayers. Nobody pays me to do this. This is very much my offering. Many of you follow my online ministry. At least half of you are monthly subscribers to Patreon, but you do not need to be part of Patreon to come to Chants and Prayers. And since I moved to this house with crappy internet, not so many people come live, maybe about 25, but up to about 60 people watch the live stream, and then about 100 people over time will watch the YouTube ones, especially when it's around the cross-quarter days or the solstice and Halloween and anything kind of earth-based. More people jump in, which is really lovely. And some of the things stay exactly the same. So I thought I would go way back in time, way back to the days of very crappy technology, and show you the opening prayer from episode 2. Oh God, you searched me and you know me. All my thoughts lie open to your gaze. When I walk or lie down, you are before me, ever the maker and keeper of my days. Before a word is on my tongue, Lord, you have known its meaning through and through. You are with me beyond my understanding, God of my present, my past and future too. And although your spirit is upon me, still I search for shelter from your light. But there is nowhere on earth I can escape you. Even the darkness is radiant in your sight. For you created me and shaped me, gave me life within my mother's womb. For the wonder of who I am, I praise you. Safe in your hands, all creation is made new. Hey, there's lots of lovely comments in the actual live stream right now. There's people that didn't know this was the 200th episode, and they're writing about why they come back. Let me center this a little bit so I'm not looking off to the side. Mark, who is also a live streamer and a Scottish guy, says, wow, 200 virtual gatherings. You've been an inspiration and a blessing for me. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Mark. And Dana says, I come back because my life is pretty isolated for the most part, and it is deeply centering and connecting. Shane says, I come back because too many things in the world make me cry for sad reasons. The tears that this special time calls forth flow like a balm over my heart. And Loretta, I remember when you first came, and yeah, Loretta writes this. I come whenever I can because I suffered the loss of 3 close family members, and this spiritual community held me and helped me through that time. I come so that I can be that spiritual upholding for someone else, as well as soak up the loving energy I find for myself. Thank you all, and especially Simon, Loretta. Absolutely. I want you to know I still hold you and your granddaughters in my prayers. And Beverly's here. Beverly, who was the very, very first person on my live streams. And so is Franny, so I'm going to close the door. I love to pray and chant. Thank you for the blessing of this community. Oh. I want to share some of the stuff that you all sent in, and then I'm going to share another favorite video of mine, and then jump into a really big surprise for me with Chants and Prayers. And then after that, we'll go into our time of shared prayer for one another. So I asked people if they would send in, or if they wanted to, invited folks to send in prayers. And one of the people who did this is special guest. Okay, I asked. I reached out to my friend Melinda at Abbey of the Arts, because one of the other things I do is monthly prayer services, and I get to pray with Melinda, and she writes these beautiful, beautiful prayers. So I asked her if she would contribute a prayer for us.
O beloved, we give you thanks this day for our communities of blood and bone, feather and fin, those seen and unseen. We know that in each moment you shower us with your loving care. Help us reach beyond our limited vision so we may feel your grace alive here and now. From this place of new insight, may we see the needs of others and ask if and how we can be of service. Let us not impose our good intentions on the world, but pause to listen to the stories of those we wish to help, so that our loving is a true reflection of what it means to be active participants in hope, dignity, and justice.
I love Melinda's ability to put into words the depth and importance of this prayer work that we all do. So maybe you don't play the guitar, or you're not a wordsmith like Melinda, but you come and join in community and uphold our shared prayers and uphold this work. That is deeply profound, right? And one of the things that's humbling for me is I have a suspicion that the reason you all come here is because you guys get prayer. You get prayer. And your lives are already dedicated to prayer. This is just a kind of corporate, different version of what you do every day, throughout the day, every night, every morning when you wake up. So I'm humbled that you all, the things that you send me and the prayers and the shared work that we do here, I feel like the new kid on the block, and that you guys are inspiration for me in how to pray. For example, here's Claire in British Columbia.
This is one of my favourite blessings used on chants over the years. It's by Jan Richardson. Blessed are you who bear the light in unbearable times, who testify to its endurance amid the unendurable, who bear witness to its persistence when everything seems in shadow and grief. Blessed are you in whom the light lives, in whom the brightness blazes, your heart a chapel, an altar where in the deepest night can be seen the fire that shines forth in you in unaccountable faith, in stubborn hope, in love that illumines every broken thing it finds. Amen.
And this next one blew me away, because I didn't think about prayer beyond words and spoken words, but of course, you all pray in a multitude of ways. So let me bring up the visual first and then find the text. This is by Meg, and she sent me this painting. and these words. This is my painting. It's called The Woman of Light. When I see the videos of the grass, especially one recently with your older white dog, Freya, I am reminded of my painting. Most recently, I have stitched a prayer around, I don't know what that word is, Giclee,
Giclee.
of a cropped version of the painting. So the prayer for the group is, right? So let me, I'm messing up all my words here, but this is the image she's referring to there, right? So and here's the prayer that's written around there. Take me to your wild garden, woman of light, where I may hear flower song. Wash me there in your nectar so that I can bloom anew. The painting is one of several, which I call my apparitions of the Virgin Mother Mary, more inclusively known as the Great Mother. In love, from Meg. I was really astonished by this. I'm deeply touched by all of these sharings that you're sending me. And I want to share a favorite episode of mine, a favorite moment of mine. There's so many of them. And then a surprise. That's the tractor driving past. He's going home for lunch. One of the lovely things that was caught on camera was myself and Amy Ringel learning how to play the bookmark prayer. Just after I wrote it, I was traveling and I did a live version of Chants and Prayers from Unity Church of Port Townsend. If you were there, give me a little shout out in the chat if you recognize this. And Amy and I, this is when we'd met the night before to just get the chords, but pretty much what happened on camera here was us learning how to arrange the bookmark prayer. It's the same video from earlier that where we sang the opening prayer. Let me find it. Here, okay. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything changes. I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things. I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything changes. I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things. I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything changes. I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things. I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. Everything changes. I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things. I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you, let nothing frighten you. Everything changes, I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things, I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you, let nothing frighten you. Everything changes, I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things, I'm with you in all things. Let nothing disturb you, let nothing frighten you. Everything changes, I alone remain. Hold patience, for nothing is wasted. Presence in all things, I'm with you in all things. Beautiful memory for me, who were still finding the words. About episode 50, it became more normal that I lived in a time of COVID and that this different life, this lockdown life, where people would come on and write about the fact that a family member had just died, and like the weight of it didn't disappear, but the lifestyle of COVID became normal. And I think it was around episode 50 where I realized that my own needs and vulnerabilities sometimes surfaced when I was trying to be the minister. But I'm not trying to be the minister here. This is a little bit different because I'm just sharing my prayer life. Oh, so I ended up beginning to be a bit more transparent and having to, it's noon on a Wednesday, I need to go live. It doesn't matter what's happening in my life. It doesn't matter if I am a big ball of mush because something's happened, or if I'm very excited and bubbly. That was the other side of it, which is if I'm really enthusiastic. I know there's people that come to Chants and Prayers because they're frightened or because something really hard is happening in their life right now. How can I show up all excited because my new album's just arrived, or really struggling with something that I think nobody else will relate to? This was a big surprise for me. My commitment was that I would show up, so there's no way I wasn't going to live stream, but there's sometimes that my own emotional stuff was more difficult for me to navigate than the technology. And the episode where I really felt this shift was this next one, which, let me get the link for you if I can. It was about adopting a puppy. It was episode 94, right? And I remember afterwards being like, I can't believe I did that. And that's where the surprise is. I'm going to share the video where I was in no fit state to be live streaming, but I did it anyway, and something really beautiful came out of it. I invite you to pass the peace with me and with one another. There's some wee dogs in my room, so I'm going to lift up my camera for a second. Come here, Freya. Come here. Hi. There they are. There they are. Oh, look, they're actually wagging their tails. The black and white one is the one that was quite traumatized. And they're away. I left my door open because I was hoping they'd come in, given that this episode was all about them and me. Now, I'm going to tell you all today about what happened on Monday, on Valentine's Day, which was we opened our home to a new puppy, and my life has been turned upside down since then. So that's what I'm going to share with you. You know, this is not a mother, father, God we are saying our prayers to. This is the source of this universe. And our authenticity is what makes something pure before. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is because our new dog, that's there she is. She's the not the black and white one. She's 6 months old. Her name is Franny. She's a sweetheart. And we have another dog called Freya that if I switch myself off and put the video back on, you'll see her. There she is, black and white one. Now Freya is a rescue and she has a lot of issues. So when she tries to play, it sounds like this. We have a rescue dog, and this is how she plays. I turned it down because there was so much growling. She's teaching the other dog to do the same. And it's a lot. So basically, my existing dog is struggling a lot. And as I watch this, rather than feel joy for the fact that we have this new beautiful being in our home pretty much 24 hours a day, I just want to cry. And I'm like, that's a really strange reaction. That's a really strange reaction. And it was only this morning when I woke up that I worked out what on earth was going on. Remember last week we talked about expansion and kintsugi and our wounds and coming back whole. Well, when I was 2 years old, my family adopted my little sister, who was a bit like my dog Freya, that she was very aggressive. As soon as she stopped being a baby, she was a very traumatized little girl, and she was 2 years younger than me, and this was before my living memory. But it's all this invisible emotional memory is coming up. So I've got little remedies for the dogs. My mum's probably watching this. My mum's a Bach flower therapist, and I studied Bach flower as well. You might have heard of it. Rescue Remedy is one of them. So in my little cup that is also in the dog's water bowl, there's holly for aggression for Freya, honeysuckle for sorrow in the past for Simon, and Star of Bethlehem for shock and trauma for the newbie dog, who's doing great. She's doing great. It's just me and Freya that are struggling. So as I've been singing this next one to the wee dog, I was actually singing it to myself. Don't be afraid, my love is stronger. My love is stronger than your fear. Don't be afraid, my love is stronger, and I have promised to be always here. Don't be afraid, my love is stronger. My love is stronger than your fear. Don't be afraid, my love is stronger, and I have promised to be always here. So what came out of that for me was I learned that when I am vulnerable and real, you all relate, even if it's a situation like, I don't know how many of you will have like traumatized childhood memories from adopting a dog rise up. Probably nobody. But you have your own heart and your own message. And I realized that when I showed up more real, more fully human, then it let you all show up very fully human too. And many of the comments that you all made about why you come every week is because of this is a safe space. And I want to read part of an email that Mickey sent me. Now, Mickey is very rarely here live. Mickey's been part of this online ministry from the start. And here's what she wrote. Whichever Chants and Prayers I'm attending is my favourite one. I almost always watch the replay. 200 episodes. Such a great and much appreciated gift that keeps giving and giving and giving. In your teachings, in your song, in your prayers, in your great expansive heart, in your love, in your candour and willing vulnerability, in all that you share with us of who you are, you so regularly present something that seems to be a direct gift to my own particular needs that touches my deep heart and soul. My gratitude is boundless, and you're precious to me. Without knowing many details of my life, you have so helped me through some tough times, times of so many losses. I love the line, Sister Death, first and last breath, and the image it produces, the comfort provided, so many changes. Thanks for writing that, Mickey, and it made me feel really sure about that the shift that happened when I started being more vulnerable, more authentically me, helped me pray. And what was interesting for me was I actually talk about this in the very, very first episode. I will for sure link that in the chat so that you can go back and watch it if you want to. I think there was maybe 6 people who came live. We're going to go into our times of prayer now for one another, but we're going to do it with that very first video because, of course, some things stay the same. And I sing the circling blessing, but I give a little intro that I find really interesting because it was speaking to what Mickey was just talking about, to do with authenticity and our vulnerability and being able to pray at depth and touch the hearts of each other. And there it was in the first episode, out of the mouths of babes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to listen to that. You'll see me put the lyrics right in front of my face. It's quite funny. This is the episode where it turns sideways partway through. I think I edited that out. Technology's not great, but it doesn't matter. This isn't about technology. This is about whether we can hear each other and pray. So I'm not going to read out your prayers because I've already gone on for an hour, but please do. You'll see the mushroom image, and I'll invite you to paste your prayers into the chat, and I will for sure come back and pray with them later. And then after that, we'll have a closing song. Does that sound okay? All right, let me find it. Spread wide the hem of your garment. Bring healing, bring peace. Amen. And since I left the Abbey, I have learned that most of the holy teachers were healers. I believe that healing is actually part of our birthright. It's in our DNA, and it's one of the true faces of God. Just like healing is in a tree and in us, it's a force of nature that we can tap into with our prayer life. So I'm going to ask you to choose a particular person or situation for the next prayer and hold that in your heart as we sing this song. So please choose a person or a situation and hold that in your heart, and let these words wash an energy of care and love around that person or situation. Love with me, love before me, love behind me, love in me, love beneath me, love above me, love on my right, love on my left, love when I lie down, love when I rise, love when I take rest, love to shield me. Love with you, love before you, love behind you, love in you, love beneath you, love above you, love on your right, love on your left, love when you lie down, love when you arise, love when you take rest, love to shield you. Peace with you, peace before you, peace behind you, peace in you, peace beneath you, peace above you, peace on your right, peace on your left, peace when you lie down, peace when you arise, peace when you take rest, peace to shield you. Christ with you, Christ before you, Christ behind you, Christ in you, Christ beneath you, Christ above you, Christ on your right, Christ on your left, Christ when you lie down, Christ when you arise, Christ when you take rest, Christ to shield me. Love with us, love before us, love behind us, love in us, love beneath us, love above us, love on our right, love on our left, love when we lie down, love when we arise, love when we take rest, love to shield us. Love in the heart of everyone who thinks of us. Love in the mouth of everyone who speaks to us. May the healing that passes all understanding be with you. I'll get the link to that first episode and put it in the chat for you later. Thank you, everybody. I do want to let you know that next week my webinar series with David starts, and if you would like to financially contribute to the work of Chants and Prayers, you can. Absolutely. People give me random donations, but also you could join Patreon, where you also get a bunch of free goodies and an easier way to communicate with me. One more song for us. This one's written by my friends Mia Kelly. She's the person that sings on Canticle with me, and Amy Ringle, who you saw playing guitar with me earlier. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. One more time. I behold you, beautiful one. I behold you, child of the earth and sun. Let my love wash over you. Let my love watch over you. And Elaine sent in a closing prayer for us. Life is short. We don't have much time to gladden the hearts of those who walk this way with us. So be swift to love and make haste to be kind. And the blessing of God, who made us, who loves us, who travels with us, be with you now and forevermore. Amen. Take care, dear people. Thank you so much for being here. Most high, all powerful, precious God, no spoken word can hold your name. Praise be to you who births all life with all your creatures. Especially you, sir, brother, son, who is the day and is your light. A beauty so true to you. There you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Sister moon and the stars, bright precious heaven, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are. Brother wind and the air, breath of spirit, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are sister water and gift of life, pure, essential, there you are, there you are. Praise be to you, my Lord, you are brother fire, friend through the night, strong and playful, there you are, there you are. Most high, all-powerful, precious God, through Mother Earth we see your face, you who govern all of life, sustain and nurture all that is. Sister Death, first and last breath, the key unlocking all we are, there we are. There we are. There